back to this tutorial of Node.js testing. We are working with the Testrunner, and today I want to try mocking tests or test mocking. So first we create a file called mock.test.js. The Testrunner actually doesn't have integrated mocking, but you can create objects yourself just to see how they behave and store errors or messages inside them. Yeah, so first import the test from Node.test and the assert strict from Node assert strict, and then we will write a function where we have two kinds of objects, one input and one to store the outputs or error messages, a logger, and also the output value of the function needs to be true or false, so you can also check that, or you can do it specifically, so you can also check the value and just use assertions. So in development of functions, keep in mind to use some kind of architecture where you can really test it with a logger by, for example, and with the output value when you have different input parameters. So here's just a little example. You pass in a product to a process product ID function, and it looks for the ID, and if there is no ID, it gets stored in the logger variable in the error that there is no ID, and the function returns false. But if I have a valid ID or ID given, then it is stored in the logger info, and the function returns true. So we have we can one way check the function output and also the value stored in the logger, so you have more possibilities to test your function output. I created a mock logger and this is just a variable where I can store my output. So if the error occurs, this will be stored in the error message, and if an info occurs during this function call of the function, it gets stored in the info, and that way after the test I can check the values of my mock logger. So now we just call the function and generate an output variable and try to check whether it is true. We now have a product with a valid ID, and then afterwards we read out the value of the mock logger and also check that one. And okay, I have copied something wrong. The test passes, and yeah, that was what we expected. We can check if works for invalid. Let's just change everything, and now we need to read out the error message. We need to give an empty object. Yeah, okay. But okay, of course you should restore the value of your mogalogger, and put this all in a test object. So it's kind of bundled together, but this is just like a quick one. So you can simulate different values and different objects and see how they will behave and how the output the function will behave.